My name is Leon Kipchumb. I'm a board member of the Association of Fintechs in Kenya, AFIC, where I chair the membership and capacity building and partnerships and marketing committee, and at the same time also deputize the Secretary General. I'm also the Senior Vice President, Business Development for West Africa at Flutterwave, where I represent the business interests for Flutterwave in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda. In my capacity as the board member, pretty much the sponsor of the Fintech Mastery Program, which we're working together with Moringa School to bring to the public, to the Fintech community as a whole, to get a better understanding of the Fintech space. I think in recent years, the thing that has been very central has been Fintech becoming a buzzword over the last years, financial inclusion becoming a buzzword as well, and all the things that are related to financial technology as a whole. While it may have sprouted from banks, really the payment landscape has now been led by fintech startups across not only Kenya but the region. We are very lucky to be the association in the Silicon Savannah, which is Kenya, to be the ones that are actually ahead of this program. It is the first program of its kind. It has not been run anywhere in this country. We've had instances of other programs coming out of Europe that some of our members have taken, including our program director for this particular program. We're very excited to be working with Moringa School, who of course their reputation precedes them, to be able to bring out this program. And we're inviting anyone who feels that they need to understand fintech from a broader perspective to sign up for the program. In terms of what to expect in the program, of course, we'll begin with a very clear interaction of the fintech space. I think there's a wider scope to fintech that has largely been financial technology or financial solutions, but we are seeing that expansion into other payment areas such as agri-tech, insure-tech, and many other verticals that are growing out of this concept of fintech. So we are really getting a chance to do introduction to fintech in this mastery program. The second bit about it is how is fintech applied across industry, and some of the things that I've mentioned as well. The fintech mastery program is looking to basically train or build capacity in those who will be attending to fully understand fintech application in the industry. The third part of it is AI. I think it's very interesting that we are now really talking about emerging tech and how that is driving payments as a whole and financial solutions as a whole. So the AI and emerging tech discussion will also be part of this program as a third. And the fourth one among these verticals that we're presenting is blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and basically alternative coins across the globe. So we'll hear more about stable coins. We'll hear the difference between that and the bitcoins and the Ethereum and basically how the blockchain technology is being applied in the financial sector as a whole. So a very interesting topic, I think, for most people, because again, crypto has been a buzzword for maybe the last 5, 6, 7 years. Different kind of investment into crypto being talked about, but really a general understanding of not just cryptocurrency, but also the technology behind it, which is blockchain, will be covered in this mastery program. The fifth, and I think this is a very touchy topic for a lot of people who will want to take this program, is the regulatory landscape. Just understanding regulatory compliance in fintech. We've had so many fintech startups come into Kenya with not a very good understanding about how our regulatory framework as a whole works. And as a result, quite a number of fintechs have gotten into trouble in the past with the regulator. And we are hoping that those who will be taking up this program, whether they are working directly with fintech startups, whether licensed or not, whether they are working directly with banks that support fintechs, whether they are fintech owners and startup founders as well, to get a very good understanding of the regulatory environment, compliance as a whole. So it's a very big piece of what will be taking place in this particular Fintech Mastery Program. So we really look forward to disseminating this information. As an association, it is our responsibility to ensure that fintech startups in this market have a very good understanding of the regulatory environment and thereby establish very good relationships with the regulator so that they are meeting basically the laws of the land, understanding them and actually abiding by them. And the last part of this program will be the investor space. How are fintech startups funding? How do you move from seed funding to Series A, B, C? How do you actually raise funds? How do you connect with those who are able to fund startups? How do you package your startup or your solution to attract funding to be supported in that way? How have they been packaged in the past? We will learn from the successes of the ones that have gone before us to basically get funding. We have African unicorns now that have raised funding to that extent and valuations of over $1 billion. And I believe that there are a lot more fintechs that have the capacity to get there with the right guidance, with the right funding and all that. So looking forward to also bringing that topic to this program. I think the last thing, and we just got to learn it today, and I think this is really directed to bankers who are trying to understand the fintech space, because the fintechs basically have no choice but to work with banks as partners, is perhaps introduce a topic that talks about bankers thinking like fintech so that you can support them better. So we will also just delve into that. So if you're a banker out there, you're probably in the digital banking space in your bank, you're supporting channels, you're leading channels, and you want to get a better understanding of these customers and how you're supporting them, because sometimes you can see the inflows and you don't really understand how they function, and you quickly want to wear your risk hat. Then what we are urging you is take this program, then maybe you begin to think like a fintech and understand how to support them better, and maybe grow your own portfolio as a fintech banker, so to speak. So really looking forward to this program. I am personally very excited. It's been a journey to work on this with Moringa School, and we just can't wait to see what the first cohort learns, and also what we learn from the first cohort that will be taking up this program, and then subsequent cohorts, and how we improve and become better owners of the fintech space. So from the Association of Fintechs, this is a rallying call. If you want to get a better understanding of the fintech landscape, the fintech space, and some of the topical areas that I've talked about, then most definitely this is for you, and we are calling you to sign up for the first cohort. Thank you.